Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Nashwa Saeed, and this is the fourth lesson in the articulation points and characteristics of the Arabic letters course. Today we're going to explain the third major makhraj, which is the second specific one, the tongue or lisan. Before starting, we have just to clarify one small thing that in this demonstration of the makharij, we are following the path of exhaled breath. It starts by exiting the lungs, then passes through the throat, continues through the oral cavity, and finally exits through the lips. The tongue is a major specific makhraj with 10 minor makharij from which a total of 18 letters are emitted. The 10 minor makharij in the tongue are included in 4 areas: the back, middle, lateral borders, and tip of the tongue. As you can see in the picture, the back of the tongue in the green color, middle in the light orange, the 2 lateral borders, the back ones in the yellow, while the front ones in the green color. Then we find the tip of the tongue area in the blue color. And here, this area includes the narrow tip of the tongue in the dark orange and the white tip of the tongue in the light blue. Firstly, we start explaining the back of the tongue. This area has 2 minor makharij. One for the letter qaf, which is emitted by the collision between the back of the tongue and the soft palate. Aq, aq, aq. I want you to try and feel the collision yourself. The next minor articulation point in this area is for the kaf, which is emitted by the contact between the back of the tongue and the line between the hard and soft palates. Ak, ak, ak. Try it yourself, please. Then we move to the middle of the tongue, which has 1 minor makhraj for the 3 letters sheen, jim, and non-lengthening ya. The 3 of them share the same minor articulation point, and they are emitted by the contact between the middle of the tongue and the area of the roof of the mouth that aligns with it, as you can see in the picture. Aj, ash, ay. Then we move forward towards the lateral borders of the tongue. This area has 2 minor makharij. One for the letter dad, which is emitted by the contact between the 2 back lateral borders of the tongue and the gums of the adjoining upper premolars and molars. Ad, ad. Then one for the letter lam, which is emitted by the contact between the 2 front lateral borders of the tongue and the gums of the adjoining upper teeth, starting from the first premolar and ending at the central incisors. Al, al, al. Now we are in the tip of the tongue. This area has 5 minor makharij. The first one is for the letter nun, which is produced by the contact between the narrow tip of the tongue and the alveolar ridge, which is the bony ridge behind the upper front teeth. An, an, an. The second letter or second minor makhraj in the tip of the tongue area is for the letter ra, which is produced by the contact between the 2 sides of the slightly curled back narrow tip of the tongue and the area of the roof of the mouth near the gums of the 2 upper front incisors. Ar, ar, ar. If you tried, you will feel the curl and you will feel the collision points of the ra. Still in the tip of the tongue, we are now in the third minor makhraj in it, which is for 3 letters, dal, ta, and ta, which are produced by the contact between the wide tip of the tongue and the gum line of the upper central incisors, the frontal area in the roof of the mouth. Ad, at, at. The fourth minor makhraj in the area of the tip of the tongue is for the 3 letters sin, za, and sad, which are produced by placing the tip of the tongue between the edges of the top incisors and the edges of the lower incisors. So as you can see in the picture, this is the tip of the tongue lies in between the top and the lower incisors. S, as, us. Still in the tip of the tongue, and finally we are in the fifth minor makhraj, which is for three letters, ذال, ثا, and ظا, which are produced by the contact between the top side of the tip of the tongue against the edges of the top incisors. أث, أذ, أل. And by this, we have completed the makharij in the tongue. And this is a quick recap. So in the tongue, we have four areas. The first area is the back of the tongue. And in this area, we have two minor articulation points. The first is for the qaf, while the second is for the kaf. Then we move forward to the middle of the tongue area, which has one minor makhraj for the three letters jim, sheen, and non-lengthening ya. Then the lateral borders of the tongue, and this area has two minor articulation points, each for one letter. The two front lateral borders for the lam, while the two back lateral borders for the dad. Then we move forward towards the tip of the tongue, and in this area we have five minor articulation points. The first of them is for the noon, while the second is for the ra. Then we have three minor articulation points in the tip of the tongue, each include three letters. The one for tha, dhal, and dha, and one for za, sin, and sad, and one for ta, dal, and ta. So these are a total of 18 letters distributed over the 17 minor makharij in the major specific makhraj, the tongue. And now this is the questions time. How many areas are there in the tongue that are used to produce sounds in Arabic? How many letters are produced from the middle of the tongue? And from how many minor makharij? Please list them. Is it correct that there are five minor makharij located in the lateral borders of the tongue that are used to produce 10 letters? What is the makhraj for the dad? Can you provide a detailed explanation of the tip of the tongue area, including the minor makharij that are included in it, in the letters that are produced from each? That's it. جزاكم الله خيرا. والسلام عليكم.